Hi, I'm Randall, and today I will give a presentation and demonstration on Morgan, an express middleware for logging HTTP requests. HTTP methods are the verbs that tell the server what action to perform. Get requests data, post sends new data, put updates existing data, and delete removes it. Understanding these methods is crucial because they form the backbone of web communication. Each HTTP request targets a specific URL. Think of it as the address of the resource you want to interact with. Whether it's retrieving a web page or sending data to a server, the URL or endpoint is key to directing requests appropriately. HTTP headers can be thought of as the metadata of a request. They describe the format of the payload, authentication details, and more. The payload, or body of a request, carries the actual data when you're posting or putting information to the server. Status codes are the server's way of notifying us what happened with our request. A 200 means success, a 404 means the resource wasn't found, and a 500 indicates a server error. They're a quick indicator of whether things went as planned or if something went wrong. Imagine having a vigilant observer in your app that records every transaction. That's what Morgan does, logging requests in real time, providing immediate insights into what's happening under the hood of your application. When bugs sneak in, Morgan helps shine a light on them. By logging every request, it helps developers backtrack and understand the sequence of actions that may have led to an error, making it an invaluable tool for debugging. Morgan doesn't just log the what, it logs the how fast. By tracking response times, Morgan aids in performance monitoring, helping you pinpoint and alleviate bottlenecks to keep your app running smoothly. For compliance, having a detailed log can be a requirement. Morgan assists with this, and from a security standpoint, it can also alert you to potential malicious activities by highlighting unusual request patterns. Getting started with Morgan is as straightforward as any Node.js module. Simply run npm install Morgan in your terminal and you're good to go. This command pulls Morgan from the npm registry and adds it to your project. This is a demonstration of how an installation would look. Here you can see that I already have Morgan installed, but the process for installing it is really that simple. Once installed, you bring Morgan into your app with a require statement. Then use app.use to add Morgan to your middleware stack. This tells your Express app to send every request through Morgan, which then logs according to your configuration. For this demonstration, I have an Express app in development. Here you can see on line 5, var logger equals require Morgan, and then here on line 27, app.use logger dev. Morgan gives you options right out the gate. You can start with a simple format like tiny for minimal output or combined for detailed access logs. This flexibility lets you tailor the logging to suit the phase of development your app is in. The order in which you place middleware in Express matters. By putting Morgan near the top, you ensure it captures all requests, even those that might error out early. It's like having a gatekeeper who reports on everyone who comes through the door. Morgan comes equipped with several predefined formats that dictate what information gets logged. Combined offers a comprehensive Apache combined log output, while Common provides a less detailed Apache log. Dev is tailored for development, highlighting errors, and Short and Tiny give you abbreviated information, suitable for less verbose logging needs. In addition to the built-in options, Morgan allows for extensive customization. You can define custom logging formats to capture exactly what's important for your application's context. Whether you need to include user IDs, session tokens, or the length of the response body, Morgan's flexibility caters to your specific requirements. You can define custom logging formats using either predefined tokens or a function. Morgan integrates seamlessly into your Express application as a piece of middleware. Typically, you'll want to place it near the top of your middleware stack to ensure that every request gets logged. This placement is crucial for accurate logging, especially when it comes to timing and catching errors early in the request lifecycle. Let's take a look at how Morgan is woven into an Express app. It's as simple as requiring the Morgan module and then using app.use Morgan dev to apply it. Here, I use app.use logger tiny because I want to use the tiny predefined format, and I have already named Morgan as logger up above. This one-liner illuminates the beauty of middleware in Express. It's unobtrusive and plugs right into the flow of request handling. Here, I will give a quick demonstration that shows the outputs of the combined and tiny predefined formats. We are currently using the tiny predefined format. I will start my application here with NodeMon and then reload the page so that we were able to see the Morgan outputs. Now I will switch over from tiny to combined, and we will reload the page to see the new output. Here we can see that the combined output has a lot more to it than the tiny. Now I will give a demonstration of custom logging format using predefined tokens. This custom format will log the HTTP method, URL, status code, response content length, and the response time for each request. A typical log entry from Morgan provides a wealth of information. At a glance, you can see the HTTP method used, the request path, the status code returned, and how long the server took to respond. This data is invaluable for diagnosing issues and optimizing your application's performance. Consider this log line, get/home 200 7.765 ms. Here, get indicates the HTTP method, /home is the requested path, 200 signifies a successful request, and 7.765 milliseconds tells us the response time. It's a concise snapshot of a single interaction with your server. Here, I'm actually going to show custom logging through Morgan using a function. This function here will replicate the predefined tiny format. First, you must define your function and then use that function afterwards. Here, we will see the output of this predefined function. And here we can see all the information that we had just talked about. The get method, we can see the path to all these resources being used on the home page, and then we're also able to see the code that we were given and the response time. In a production environment, it's important to manage your logs to prevent them from consuming too much disk space. Implementing log rotation, a method of archiving old logs and starting fresh ones periodically, is a best practice that keeps your logging sustainable over the long term. While logging is essential, it's also important to respect user privacy. Be cautious not to log sensitive information. Additionally, keep an eye on the performance impact of logging. Excessive logging can slow down your app, so balance detail with efficiency. Morgan doesn't just help with errors, it also gives you insights into user behavior. By analyzing logs, you can understand how users interact with your app, what features are most used, what times your app is busiest, and even user paths that you might not have anticipated. Reviewing logs on a regular basis can help enhance the security of your application. By identifying patterns that could indicate security threats, like repeated failed login attempts or unusual traffic spikes, Morgan acts as a first line of defense in your app's security protocol. Many industries require strict logging for compliance purposes. Whether it's GDPR, HIPAA, or other regulatory bodies, Morgan can be configured to ensure that your application's logging meets legal standards, helping to safeguard user data and privacy. Performance optimization is an ongoing process, and Morgan is a vital tool in that arsenal. By regularly checking the logs, you can identify slow endpoints, track down memory leaks, and understand the overall health of your application, leading to a smoother user experience. Here I will demonstrate how we can monitor logs as a user navigates through a web page. And here, I will reload the web page, and you notice that a new set of logs popped up, but maybe instead I want to go to my profile. Here we can see that there's a different set of logs with each and every page, and by constantly tracking these logs and monitoring them, we can see a user flow through the website. To wrap up, Morgan is an essential tool for logging HTTP requests in any Express application. Its ease of use and configurability make it a staple for developers looking to maintain, optimize, and secure their web applications. Morgan's strength lies in its customizability and flexibility. Whether your app is in development or production, Morgan adapts to your needs, providing detailed logs that are as granular or as streamlined as you require. With Morgan, you gain valuable insights into the health of your app and user behavior. It's like having a constant pulse on how your application is being used and how well it's performing, enabling you to make informed decisions and improvements. Morgan's ease of integration and status as an industry-standard tool make it a top choice for Express developers. If you're building an Express app, Morgan is almost a must-have in your development toolkit, and it will serve you well through all stages of your app's lifecycle.